RadHead.
Why is this? What the hell? What the fuck? No! What is this? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let's be honest, we all have a gaming backlog. Your friend has one, you have one, that one guy who only plays FIFA has a backlog of other FIFA game, and somewhere out there, there exists a person who bought Sonic Frontiers on launch day only to never finish it. And you know what? That's completely okay. We treat our gaming backlog like it's some sort of horrible thing, like work that's been left unfinished, but games shouldn't feel like work. Games are meant to be fun. Games are meant to be a distraction, not a cause of stress. And yeah, I get it. It can be daunting if you've started a 70-hour-long RPG and you're only 30 hours in. It can feel like you've poured time into absolutely nothing, only to move on to something shorter and finish it right away. It feels horrible, but really it shouldn't. It's not a responsibility, it's a hobby. It's something you love, not something you have to treat as a job. You don't have to finish the thing by a certain deadline. You only gotta do that if you're a journalist who has to give a 7 to the newest Assassin's Creed game for the billionth time. There's this weird pressure online to finish every single game you play, or else you're just wasting your time. But here's an absolutely insane take coming from yours truly. You are not morally obligated to finish a game just because you bought it, nor do you need to feel bad for having a backlog. Trust me, I'm a game collector. I own a European copy of Mail Mold because it looked cool, goddamn. You wouldn't judge someone for not finishing a book they're not enjoying. You wouldn't give a shit if someone dropped Family Guy because they think the show just isn't good anymore. Or maybe you would because you're an asshole. We all have our personal tastes. One flavor of video game might be yummy, or perhaps even scrumptious to you, while it tastes like dirt to another person. And that's okay. If you don't like a game, don't play it. No one is gonna force you at gunpoint to pour 3 billion hours into big rigs. Owning an unfinished game on your shelf doesn't mean you're a failure for not finishing it. It means you were curious about it, bought it, and then maybe life got in the way, or maybe you realized the game just flat out was not for you. And that's not shameful. That's just your taste in a piece of media. Somewhere, somehow, we started treating games like a checklist. Like we're not allowed to move on to a new game unless we finish the one we're already on. But games aren't chores. They're only chores if they're called SpongeBob SquarePants Creature from the Krusty Krab on diet. They're experiences. Some are quick and to the point, while others are huge and daunting. And then there's the live service games that never end. I don't judge, but if you backlog a live service game like It Can Be Beaten, I may judge you a little bit. If a game doesn't click with you right away, that's completely okay. Maybe you'll come back to it in the future and absolutely adore it. That's what I did with Sonic Unleashed. Growing up, I downright hated the game, but then a few years later, I picked the game back up and ended up loving it. Sure, it has its issues, but if you can stomach the awkward pacing, it's insanely fun and has probably the best final act in the entire franchise. Anyways, in order to really address this, you have to open your mind fully to this concept. What is a backlog really? Is it a cause of stress, or is it merely a collection? In my opinion, I see it as a mere collection that causes one to feel a sense of guilt. When you have all these games, you start to realize how many you haven't finished. Sometimes I take a look at my shelf and go, oh, I haven't finished Croc 2 or Glover yet. Maybe I should. And guess what? I never do. But I hardly ever feel bad about it because as a person, I made that choice not to finish those games. But in a world of physical media, I can always come back to it if I ever want to take some time out and really sink my teeth into that game. And you know what? There's something kind of beautiful about that. About having a choice to think, you know what? Maybe instead of wanting to play Croc 2, I want to play Bubsy the Woolly Strike back instead. Seeing the Steam summer sale and spontaneously wanting a few games shouldn't make you feel bad. Sure, they're digital and all, but you're expanding your own library and giving yourself more options. The truth is that you don't have to deserve a new game. You're not failing some sort of test when you don't finish a game you don't enjoy. You're exploring your interests and your pure sense of curiosity. Gaming isn't something you have to justify at the end of the day. It's a hobby. Of course, having choice can be daunting with just how many options there are out right now, but that's not your backlog's fault. That's just modern life. So if you're ever overthinking what game to play because of your time, take a deep breath and pick something you're familiar with. Pick something short, or maybe even pick something completely random, play it for a few minutes and forget about it. There shouldn't be a deadline to fun. Gaming is, it's in its name, a game at the end of the day. So, yeah, if you have a backlog like any other person on the planet, that doesn't mean you're lazy or wasteful or lame. It means you have options. It means you love video games and your curiosity for something fresh is still there. And honestly, that's a pretty cool trait to have. So don't beat yourself up about wanting to play the newest unique indie game over the 90-hour AAA release. Celebrate what you love. Gaming isn't a burden, it's a gift. Except for Ninja Bread Man, that game can fucking die.